Good morning. Welcome back to Tarot with Kat. I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat, and I am here every Monday morning doing weekly tarot readings for all the fire and earth signs, and every Wednesday morning for all the air and water signs. So this is going to be the weekly reading for Aries for the week of December 15th through the 22nd. Okay, so our real quick astrological forecast, because in a general reading, that's the energy that affects these cards especially. Well, what am I saying? These energies affect us all the time, non-stop. Anyway, they're very closely tied to the tarot. So, Mars enters Capricorn today, December 15th. If you're watching today on December 15th, at the very beginning of this reading, it's going to sharpen ambition, that's Mars, but it's going to ground those fiery impulses into disciplined action. That's the Capricorn. I happen to be a Capricorn moon. The week is about turning vision into structure and passion into progress. So for fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sag, passion finds focus. Your flames are directed towards goals that demand endurance and strategy. So you've been plugging along, keep it up going. That's what it's all about this week. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. All right. This is the weekly reading for Aries for the week of December 15th through the 22nd. I'm using the Smith-Waite deck. Descriptions to all my decks are in the description of this video below. I also have a link to a fun video about all the decks I use. It's a lot of fun. It's very tongue-in-cheek. So let's see what you're coming up as today, Aries. Okay, so we start out with you in the middle with a bonus card. So you're going to get two cards representing you in the center. So this is the Smith-Waite deck with Pamela Coleman Smith's name on it. She is the original artist of the ubiquitous and traditional Rider-Waite deck. It has two extra pieces of her artwork in here that like to pop out from time to time. So this is one of them. It's the lovers. It's two lovers. She's in a white gown. He's wearing this red robe. So purity and action, yellow sky happiness, lots of water flowing in the background, creativity, intuition, emotion, flying these birds that also look like fish. It looks like flying fish to me, but creativity for sure. So you're that, and you also got the Wheel of Fortune, Aries. So you've got the bonus Pixie card with the Wheel of Fortune there. That's pretty cool. So down here beneath you, what you're bringing, crossing you as your challenge, obstacle, or awareness this week, Aries, is a Three of Pentacles. Down here in your subconscious tool shed are more Pentacles, a Seven of Pentacles. In your immediate past is Temperance. In your crown is the Eight of Swords. In your immediate future is the Death card. You and your environment this week are the Nine of Cups. Your environment around you giving a Page of Cups. Your hopes and fears sector is this Knight of Swords, our first sword, our first air coming in here. Oh no, sorry, we got swords in our crown. Eight of Swords in our crown. And then final potential outcome for this week, a gorgeous star, the star. Make a wish. Make a wish. All right. So there's our traditional Celtic cross spread, which I do for these general readings. I do other types of spreads when I do one-on-one readings. Soon I'll have my membership section open if you'd like to request a one-on-one reading or personal reading or another kind of spread, etc. All right, so we're going to pull one more card from another of my decks. I'm using my Arcanum, which gives uprights and reversals. So we're going to read it whether it's an upright or a reversal. That will matter. They've been very carefully meditated and shuffled, so there should be an equal mixture of uprights and reversals. It should be quite random. And we're going to keep that hidden until the end of the reading. It'll give us further confirmation or clarification of this layout here. All right. And I may have to resort to these. I've taken to keeping my cheaters at hand because on some of these cards I like to read what's presented on those cards. And I've never needed glasses before, but I'm getting to that age. I'm a Sag. I have a birthday coming up in about a week. All right. So anyway, you are being represented here, Aries, this week by these two gorgeous cards. You got a bonus Pixie card, so which is love, creativity, connection, relationships. It's lovers. It's happiness, creativity, passion, along with a Wheel of Fortune card, which is luck, good fortune. Also, though, change, taking a spin in the wheel and making just a whole new like direction and path in life. You know, like as we do sometimes. It's the 10th major arcana, so it's exactly halfway through the Fool's journey, and just when he's like met all these characters and learned all these skills, etc., the Wheel of Fortune spins, and you know, things happen, and you know that are anyway. That's the Wheel of Fortune. It's also a card of good luck, so that's representing you this week, Aries. You're being crossed by a 3 of Pentacles, which is the Apprenticeship card. Threes are change. Yeah, so 3s are change, and it feels like with Pentacles, it's always health, wealth, finances. So I feel like maybe you're busy learning something new, doing something new related to this Wheel of Fortune. So you're learning a new craft, and then you're coming from this period of watching it, trying to watch it grow. Like here, the 7 of Pentacles. So you've been growing this thing, whatever it is. I feel like it's pursuing a new passion or something, and you've been working on it, you've been focused on it, and you're standing there going, okay, what more? What do I have to do? It's a 7, so it's related to the Chariot, which is a card for pushing on, continuing to pursue and not give up. So that would be that structure. That would be that Capricorn. You're bringing that with you. That's where you've been. You've been farming and reaping some benefits, and then trying to make it grow more. In your immediate past is this Temperance card. So beginning of December, end of November, you've really been having to keep things flowing and balanced out, trying to keep that proper balance between work and life and all that good stuff. In your crown is the 8 of Swords. So interesting position in your crown. That's up here. That's our crown chakra. It's where all our messaging, all our self-thoughts, so that leads to our vibration. It's where we are creating reality, okay? I'm going to tell you this, I said this last week, but I don't remember if it was to you, Aries. The future is not a destination we're traveling to. The future is a reality we're all creating all the time based on what we're thinking and feeling in the moment. So, 8 of Swords in your crown means that you're thinking about, you're feeling trapped. The 8 of Swords is a thing of feeling trapped, feeling like you have no options, you don't know where to go. But so the thing to remember here, when this is in your crown, especially particularly when it's in your crown, okay, it means that's how you're thinking and feeling. It's important to notice some stuff in this card. There's a ton of water. She's got her toe dipped in the water. That means trust yourself, trust your intuition, okay? You listen to that inner person. It's there, it knows. Listen to that. Also, she's dressed in red, okay? She's dressed in this red gown. Red in the tarot, among other things, besides passion and stuff, means action. And to me, I think it's saying if she would just take some action, take a step, shake her arms, try, just give a little shimmy. And the wrappings around her are very loose, okay? So is the blindfold. Like if she went like that, the blindfold would fall off. The reason she's not, she's stuck in her head. She's stuck in her thoughts, thinking she's trapped, feeling blindfolded. It is an illusion. It is a self-imposed imprisonment because of what's happening here. So this is super important because this is creating our future. So you got to make sure you deal with this in your crown. You have to make sure you remember to trust your intuition. Remember to just take one step at a time. Do one thing at a time, and the energy will start to flow, and the path will start to show its way, and things will work themselves out. Okay. You're stepping into the Death card. Okay, which is never. It's not your death. It's almost never an actual death. Sometimes it is, but the Death card has everything to do with throwing off old ways and old ideas, old thinking, old ideologies, old things that we truly believed. And now, because of our experiences that we've been through, all of a sudden we have a perspective shift, and we have to say goodbye to that old and step into the new, and that's the Death card. Okay, it's transformation. It's really not a scary card. There's hardly any black in it. He's on this white horse. He's stepping off between these two gates into a sunrise, into a new day, a new reality, a new based on your new and adjusted wisdom. So I actually love the Death card because we're all always trying to level up. So you and your environment Aries are feeling like this 9 of Cups, feeling very, very satisfied, fulfilled, very, content. You probably, content, fulfilled. But 9s are also at the end of a cycle. So you're going to be sitting there going, this is nice, this was good, but it's at an end. It's a 9. So it's something ending. Got that Death card. So something has ended. And maybe it's been great, but it's come to an end. It's very fulfilling. You feel fulfilled. You feel this is good how to feel. You're feeling gratitude. When you're sitting there and you're looking and you're feeling this, you're really in that space of abundance and gratitude. And just remember to put that gratitude out there and to get back, and then you keep that energy flowing. In your environment around you, you've got this Page of Cups this week. So this could be a younger person. It could be a child of yours, even if it's not a young person. If you're an older person, it can be your own child or grandchildren. Pages are emotions, so it's emotional connection, and it's also creativity and whimsy and fall. It could be folly. So I feel like you're going to have somebody in your environment this week around you that's bringing this love, creative connection for you. In your hopes and fears section is this Knight of Swords. So yeah, I think this goes to what I was saying about the 8 of Swords in your crown. Okay, this is the most active of all the knights. He is rushing in with truth and communication and forward progress. Knights are all about forward progress. It's a court card, so they command a lot of power, these knights. So I think you're hoping, while you're feeling this, thinking these things in your crown, you want to do this. You want to be this knight, knowing exactly what to rush in and the right thing to say, the right thing to do. But it's also a card of warning, because this is in your hopes and fears section. It's a warning to not be hasty. Be careful, especially with your thoughts and your words rushing in. But for you, because the 8 of Swords is in your crown, I think this is more of a hope for you to be able to be stronger in your communication, logic, and not just logic and reasoning, but being able to communicate your truth and being able to communicate your truth effectively, like this knight, I think is what you want to do. I think it's a hope for you, Aries. Beautiful potential outcome is the Star card. So I absolutely love this. It's wishes being granted. It's also Temperance. Interesting. She very much mimics the Temperance card. She's pouring the water from the lake to the hills and running down again, just like in the Temperance, just like in your Temperance card, what you've been doing. And because you've been exercising this temperance and this balance, and trying to do you, and making progress toward that, I feel like you're going to have wishes granted because of that temperance there. That's gorgeous. Now let's find out what the clarification or confirmation card is. Don't know. More clarification on the 8 of Swords you're dealing with in your crown. Could be more about the page around you in the environment this week, but it could be I wouldn't be surprised if you got like the World, or some great or even the Hanged Man, because you have to take a change in perspective. I don't know. Let's find. And we're going to read it. Okay, this is my Arcanum deck. So we're going to read this upright or reversed, whichever it comes out. So let's check it out, shall we? We have completion. Oh my gosh, it's the World upright. I knew it. I love it when that happens. I said I wouldn't be surprised if you got the World, because it's not long after the Star card. It's the final major arcana. It's the 21st major arcana. It's when you've reached it, you've reached your pinnacle, that's where you're headed. It feels like you're doing the things you need to do. It feels like you're saying goodbye to the things you need to say goodbye to in an appropriate way, keeping connection, keeping focused on what you're trying to grow with your pentacles. You're going to be mindful about your thoughts up here and what you're thinking that's making you feel trapped. Okay, that's the main thing. Because you're reaching the world. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's like, I've reached it. It's like when you're hiking and you finally reach the top. But ironically, when you're hiking, they have false peaks. It's almost like a false peak. It's not a false peak, but it does start over again. We always recycle. It never stops. We never stop growing. We never stop learning. That's a beautiful reading, Aries. I love it. If you enjoyed this, if you're still here, please smash that thumbs up, like button. It really helps my channel. Also, hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I have new readings, and my first 500 subscribers are going to get a free membership. I'll be doing all kinds of extended reads and stuff for members only section, but the first 500 will be free, so smash that subscribe button now, and I hope to see you here next week. Have a blessed week, Aries.